Hello, Leo. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. Some of you may have been in a situationship. This could be in the past, could be current. For others of you, this could be a very intense connection. Such an intense connection. So, a few cards fell down. One sec. My method of reading is just slightly different. I do just pick the top card. Obviously, these are way too many cards, but top cards for me have the most amount of energy. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability to channel through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. And I have certain reasons for that. So you did have a card that was popping up. It's really interesting. There is love here. First card's the strongest. But it's created a lot of hurt and pain. Unexpected feelings, unexpected things that happened. So because of the intensity of these cards, some of you may resonate with it. Others of you may feel that this is vice versa. It could be cross-watcher. My goodness. Okay. So in this deck, I interpret these cards quite differently from the way they originally have been deciphered or perceived in the book that it comes with. My interpretation is quite different. Right now what I'm seeing is there's some happy cards, there's some dark cards which has like dark emotions, very deep rooted issues that are starting to cause problems. And we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are like that. So bear with me. It's very intense even for you guys, because I see here that it's affecting the both of you. Here we have, starting off, we have love, followed by betrayal. Then we have beliefs, rhythms, boundaries, inspiration, illusion, embracing the shadow, and then we have centering under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Leo, I do love you, even though I don't show it, even though my actions really haven't expressed that. The love that I have for you, it's long-lasting. And it is sacred in a way. Clean, pure, unconditional love. And I feel this for you. I don't know why. it just stays there and it lasts and it just keeps growing. But the betrayal that you feel, it's because I did betray your love. I didn't just betray you, but I betrayed your love. And I understand that. You thought you knew me, and it turns out that you never really knew me at all. It's as if I was a complete stranger. Certain things that you had hoped for, the faith and the trust that you had in this connection, in us, that did not come true. It turned out quite different. I also feel that in this connection, my set of beliefs are quite different. My values, my traditions. I was born and brought up in a very different way, and my thought process, my mindset is quite different than yours. I still feel that in this connection, if we were on the same page, things would be much easier. But we're not on the same page. We are quite different, you and I. And sometimes I have behaved in a way where you thought, yes, we are good. There is commitment. Things are moving forward in the right direction. But now all of a sudden, you realize and you see that things are quite different. We also have this feeling of repetition. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. These feelings and emotions that I have for you, I try to change my ways, my disguise. Maybe if I change my environment, things will be different, but that doesn't happen. You repeat in my life like a distant drum that constantly just keeps going. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. That boom is a constant reminder that you exist and that there is this betrayal that took place between us, this betrayal that has broken your heart. And for this reason, I'm not happy. And therefore, I've put up my boundaries from you. These boundaries that I've kept up now, it's so that I don't have to face the truth. I don't have to deal with it. It's easier for me to take a step back, to ignore it, to leave it. It's difficult for me to move forward. In you, I have found hope, inspiration, vibrance, youthfulness, a sense of awe towards the beauty of this world. I am inspired by you. This inspiration that exists, it comes from all of the things that I have experienced with you. The world now seems happier, brighter. It smells better, tastes better, feels better, sounds better. I want to be with you, but I also want to learn things from you. Even though I feel this, I hide it. I hide it because I don't want you to know the truth, and I truly do have feelings and emotions for you. I love you. Is there ego and pride? Maybe. But what I've also done is done certain things that I now feel embarrassed about. And because I feel embarrassed, I put up these boundaries. Because we have these differences and because I betrayed you, I feel embarrassed. There's certain things that have happened in this connection where you have seen a side of me that was very dark. This impulsive, compulsive, rough and mean side of me sometimes. Aggressive side. You've seen this, and I didn't really want you to see that part of me. And I've put you into these different situations where it made you feel very uncomfortable, out of your comfort zone. No, I shouldn't have done that. That is not who you are. And now our situation is very awkward. The situation between us is so awkward that it's hard for me to even open up. I hide behind a veil. I hide behind a false mask. Not telling you the truth. Not being open. Being emotionally detached. The feelings that I have now, there is this feeling of awkwardness and this environment of being very uncomfortable. A long time ago, you and I were comfortable. But since that betrayal, things have changed. Overall, since I've met you, I have felt this connection where we are like the yin and the yang, where I am the moon, you are the sun. We come and go, we dance in perfect harmony. And I can always depend on you, knowing that you're going to rise the next day. You will always be there. But have I taken you for granted? Yes, I have. Even though I know that's you, I realize now that I've lost that part of you. And you know this part. Where there has been distance. Right now, even though there is love, I deliberately keep up these boundaries. And I stay emotionally detached. Because that is what makes me feel comfortable right now. Because I personally feel very awkward. And I don't know what to do. All right, Leo. Your reading is quite intense. There's a lot going on here. Some of you who know my voice the way it originally sounds, right now I am getting over a flu. I had bronchitis before, it's gone. Now I just have a bit of cough and sore throat, so please don't mind if you hear me. I have a cough drop in my mouth. Sorry about that if you hear that. Your reading is so emotionally driven. It's too intense. And I can only imagine some of you may be going through a lot right now. Crosswatcher, whatever mistakes have been made, and this could be vice versa, because the intensity of these cards is that where it could be, Leo, that maybe you have done this, small portion of you. But Crosswatcher, this is basically what has happened. Leo, this is what you are experiencing. This is what your person of interest has done. There are boundaries. They are being distant, emotionally detached. Things right now are so awkward that it's even difficult to start talking again. One of the things that kept coming up while I was channeling and giving you this message through these cards, ingenuous, is it? Yes. Ingenuous. Surrender. So, if there's such a word, I think, ingenuous surrender. Just give me 1 second. because I don't want to make a mistake while I'm doing this. Okay, so I can't really find that. Anywho, let's just put it this way. Your person of interest was with you for a certain amount of time. The problem here is that when the both of you were together, sometimes they would agree upon certain things that even they did not actually feel resonated with them. The problem is when you do that once, twice, 10 times, 20 times, at some point in time, the real you is going to come out. Disingenuous surrender, I think that's what it was. So, your person of interest here, what happened was that they kept saying to you whatever it is that you wanted to hear. And for you, it seemed like this is just the best person on planet Earth. They say all the right things. To a degree, this may have happened. What I'm seeing here is, I'm getting the word again. It's the proper word now. Disingenuous surrender. Okay. So let's just say, and this is an example I use, that a couple goes outside and one person says, look, the sky's green today, and you know it's blue, but you just say, yeah, it's green. And you just go ahead in your vehicle and you go off, do your grocery shopping, whatnot. Why? Because you didn't want to waste time. You didn't want to create an argument. You didn't want to create a scene or rock the boat, right? So you just kind of give in. The problem here is that your person of interest, Leo, kept giving in, and they were not actually being genuine about what they feel, who they truly are on the inside. To you, it may have seemed as if they were acting the entire time. Now, they were not truly acting. They were trying to make it work, but their method was incorrect. Because what happens is, eventually things are going to get them upset, because that is not who they truly are. That is not what they truly believe in. And you could do it once, twice, like I said, 20 times, but when does it stop? That's something that happened here, where you may have thought that this was a commitment. You may have thought that this was something more than what it actually was in their eyes. Because of their beliefs, they betrayed you. Because of what they believe in, they betrayed you. These two cards are very, very strong, very powerful. They hardly ever come together. But in your case, that is what happened here. And also, because of these beliefs, we have the illusion card right underneath. And the illusion card talks about hiding. So this person was hiding what they used to feel, their beliefs, their mindset. They didn't really give you their opinion. And sometimes if they would, it wouldn't be something that would be of great value. Like it's not something super important. But the real important things that should have been spoken, should have been talked about, should have been discussed, that stuff didn't really happen. Instead, it was like, yep, everything's fine, let's just move on. And somebody here just is blindly going on in the connection, thinking everything's fine. But then all of a sudden, one day, oh, it's not. I didn't know that. Here, this person does love you, but they are keeping their distance from you because they love you so much. It's a strange relationship, guys. This is not what I would call a love and hate relationship. It's just a whole lot of misunderstanding. And your person of interest should have been more genuine towards you, more open, more honest, not trying to please you just because they want to please you, but to be the genuine self that they are. That way you can know them. The problem here is that they were not their genuine self. They were acting the entire time simply to make you happy. Now, when I say acting, it's not like they were acting fake. They were doing it with the intention of making this work, you see. But they realized later on that it did not work out in that way. Their method is not working. They realized this later. I hope that makes sense, guys. I had to go over that because it was a very, very strong message that I was getting. Like I said, the word disingenuous surrender, right? This person definitely was behaving in a way that was quite different than what you had expected. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. Ooh. Straight up, it fell straight out. My goodness. The way it just fell. There you go. Now we know why. Why was there that disingenuous surrender? We have here two major arcanas, transformation and innocence. For those of you who are new, why do I read this deck? This is to show you the reason why. So here I look at the reason why your person of interest, it just kind of stopped. Why this person faded out of your life. Why there's a lack of communication. Maybe there's a lack of closure. Maybe this person ghosted you. And they never really told you what happened. And you are still maybe waiting. You need a sense of closure, at least for yourself. So here I look at what truly happened in the beginning that may have caused this problem in the first place. So things may have been okay in the beginning between the both of you. However, you noticed that things started to change. We have here a very powerful card, and these cards, this deck I read in the reverse. So please keep that in mind. Transformation. This talks about endings, beginnings, and changes. So, in the reverse, lack of change. Not really wanting to end something either, but also not really wanting to begin something. Sound familiar? Here it talks about stagnation, resisting transformation, the need to move in a new direction, but the inability to do so. Being very rigid. Here, on a positive note, it says transformations, the need to allow something to die in order to create room for the new. Now, die is just metaphorically. Fear of loss from change. So, fear of loss from change, and right after that it says creating life out of death. So, stagnation, resisting transformation, fear from change, needing a new direction, but the inability to do so, and just simply being rigid about it. Yeah. You remember you had the beliefs card that talks about the mindset of your person. This is your person, by the way. The mindset of your person, they were very strict, very rigid, very stern. They believed what they believed in, and they were not going to change. Nothing could budge them. Why were they like this? Because they were afraid of change. They were afraid of the unknown, which is why you had that disingenuous surrender, where they kept agreeing and you kept thinking it's perfectly fine. Why did they do that? Because they did not want to rock the boat. They were just being very rigid. They did not want to change their ways. From their point of view, their way was the right way. It was the right method, but we know it seems to not have worked out. Your person of interest has very strong belief-related issues, whatever morals, ethical values that they have. They may have been in a structure of a society or family where it's very traditional, maybe. Tradition meaning nobody's going to marry outside of the religion, outside of the race, the ethnic type of society that you're in. So there's differences here. But they felt that those differences had to stay different. Not them necessarily, but the society that they come from. It could be that their family's saying this, their friends are saying this. So there are differences here that exist between the both of you. And because of those, it's difficult for this person to change because it's ingrained in their mind. It's part of their personality. It makes them who they are. They do what they do because of the environment that they were in their entire life. This is something that they feel comfortable with by being very rigid, by sticking to what they know, by not going into the unknown. And unfortunately, in this connection, it is very difficult for this person now to do something that they are not confident about. So they won't take that chance. They don't take that step because they fear that change will occur. And once that change occurs, they won't know how to handle it. Interesting. Then we have innocence. Innocence here talks about a lack of optimism, not really trusting others. Innocence, but also being very suspicious. Ignoring their better instincts, a sense of cynicism and pessimism, distrust of the self or of others. Facing their fears and thinking in the past that things could have protected me, divine forces will protect me, but knowing that there's no such thing now, and reality hits, and so they're being very careful with each step that they take. They are ignoring their better instincts, and because of that, there was a lot of cynicism, pessimism, distrust of themselves. They don't even trust themselves, and they don't trust other people either. This is somebody, this is a Fool card. This is somebody now who does not have a lot of experience. They may be inexperienced or they could be immature as well. They've tried to give it their best. The problem here is that when we have this card, it does talk about somebody that is still very young in the mind, and therefore they are afraid of moving forward, which is why you have the transformation card. They could not move forward because their mindset is not like that. They were afraid. They didn't think that things will work out. They didn't even trust themselves. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. Oh, wow. Very nice. A lot of struggle, but the outcome is good. With this deck, I look into any actions, any plans, any intentions that are going to take place. Here we have the Seven of Wands. So there is definitely a sense of distrust. This person is suspicious. And sometimes people are suspicious because they do have a lack of understanding of a certain topic, but sometimes it's also because they've been there, done that. They've experienced certain things that are not so nice. And it hurts them. And they feel that it's time for them to change. Or the situation needs to change. They're trying to battle this. They're trying to get rid of these things. Here we have the Seven of Wands, where eventually it could get to the 9. It could get to the 10 of Wands. But before it even gets to that point, your person of interest here is trying to get rid of the other issues, the other responsibilities, the other problems that they're facing. They know that if they are able to settle all of the problems now, then the path for their future will be very plain, very simple, very smooth. It won't be a problem. But if they don't tackle these problems now, it's only going to accumulate. And they are actually aware of this. So for now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically settle in their life. What do they need? What can they get rid of? What can they focus on? What's not important? They're trying to sort things out. But because they have this youthful kind of thought process as well, they are unsure of what to ignore and what to keep. Here we also have justice. There's a huge part in this connection where we had the beautiful card love right in the beginning, and right next to it we had the betrayal card, a betrayal of love. But now we have someone, this individual, that wants to make things right. They have seen what has happened. They don't like what's happened. They've experienced it with you. And they want to have justice. Not really for themselves, but for you. Because to them now it seems as if they were just taking and taking, and you were just accommodating, and you were always trying to make them happy. And in the meantime, their intentions were slightly different. You were not on the same level. This is something now that they realize. They now want an equal give and take in this connection so that it can actually be like a normal, happy connection. They feel that right now is not the right time, but when the time comes, they'll know it. They'll know it when they see it. So right now is not that time. But they feel like they have invested enough, they have put their efforts in, and now it's just time to take a step back and let's just see how it grows. Let's see how things turn out. Here, we also have a beautiful card, the King of Cups. This definitely indicates that your person of interest does have the love at this point of a king. Highest amount, right? Very nice, very pure in nature, and it's very emotional. So the type of emotion we have here, it is based on love. It's based on unconditional love, true love, pure love. And it's the type of love that's just very helpful and always wanting to be there for the other person. This person now realizes that you make them very emotional. And this only happened after, remember you had the boundaries card and you had the illusion card. So distance here in this case did make the heart grow fonder. They've realized that they love you and that they want you and that they want to make an offer. When they approach you, which is this absolutely amazing 10 out of 10, this card, the Knight of Cups, beautiful card. This does indicate that somebody in your life that you've had a romantic connection with, or somebody that you've desired, if they were gone for a while, it could have been weeks, months, years, it is that individual that is going to come back into your life if this reading is resonating with you, with your person of interest. That person is going to come back into your life, slow, steady, very calmly, but what they want to do is give you this offer of love. What's interesting, they're not coming in as a king. They're loving you as a king from behind the scenes, but their approach is a bit more youthful, a bit young, almost fun in a way. So this individual is coming back into your life, and when they do, the feeling is going to be very young, very vibrant, radiant. It's not a page, so this person is still going to be quite bold, and it's a loving return. Somebody from the past who you may have lost in terms of love, the connection that you had, the communication that you had. This individual is coming back into your life. A+ to that. Love it. Very nice. Now, I'm going to have a look at what the angels have to say about this. Just going to do a quick prayer. These are our Archangel answer cards. All right, get more information. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Wow. You got 2 yeses. Very positive outcome. We have here, first card's the strongest, get more information. So this does indicate the reason why this card usually comes up. It's because it indicates here that there's a lack of information that you have, either regarding this person or regarding the situation. This means that you're going to have to take a step back and do some research, reconnaissance, for example, and find out what is it that you're missing out on here. You're not maybe seeing the big picture. There's something else here, misunderstood, misunderstandings, certain things that maybe you didn't know about. Or even if it's a matter of communicating with this person, maybe you don't communicate well with this person. Maybe they're very quiet, very shy. Remember, there's that rigid kind of feeling, right? They don't really change much. So how do you approach a person like that? It's not easy. Person that has a set of beliefs, how do you talk to them? There's many ways of getting that information, learning how to handle situations like that. You can do that with a friend, a family member, a therapist. You can go online, have a look at some YouTube videos, things like that. Communication, how to increase it, how to be better at it. But also how to deal with difficult people. People that are very stuck in their beliefs. Here we have get more information in the near future. You will need to be more assertive. And yes, don't stop giving and receiving love. It's a very clear-cut kind of message here. We have be assertive. So remember you had the Justice card. The Justice card, for me, talks about equality, and obviously for many people. Here we also have be assertive. Be assertive here also means that at some point in time in this connection, you just kept, like the word, disingenuous surrender, right? Those 2 words. Like that feeling, somebody here just kept going on and on with the connection without even speaking up much. The fear of losing this person was there, but because of that, there's this lack of self-esteem. Now, I'm seeing that you, Leo, may have had this lack of self-esteem, and you were not truly rocking the boat. You were not really wanting to confront because you were afraid of what might happen, that the person that you love the most may actually just leave. They may do something rash. But the problem is, guys, when you're with somebody like that, you can't be walking on eggshells. That is a very unhealthy relationship. Here, it's now time for you to take a step back, to know who you are, to command what you are and what you have, and to be assertive. When this whole situation restarts again with that Knight of Cups that comes back, let this person know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. Keep healthy boundaries. People respect you more when you have healthy boundaries. Relationships last longer when you have healthy boundaries because of that respect. Here we also have, yes, don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing. You also have a really great card here, helpful people. So, helpful people here, it could be a relative, a friend. It could be somebody that you know that's really smart when it comes to connections and relationships. Somebody that's had great experience. So this card does recommend that do talk to these people that you find are helpful, that are genuinely interested and invested in your future, to make your future better and happier. But the information that you're going to get more information, you actually will most likely, many of you will get it from these helpful people. So it is important for you not to just keep this, inside. Open up. And, they have those threads sometimes, like, I don't know, like Reddit posts and things like that. But you can always go into like some type of a chat room or something like that. And, whatever, depending on the topic, right? And get other people's sometimes opinions. This is my issue. Or they have so many platforms now. So just look into that, because just understand, since we have the internet, we're not alone. We can get answers from anywhere these days. As long as you feel that it does resonate with you and that you can trust that source. Here we also have yes, simple yes, under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. It does appear that things are going to work out, guys. I do see that happening here. It's just a matter of a little bit of time. You do have here trust in the divine, which means this is going to happen in divine timing. Remember, your person of interest is going to come back into your life, but when is that going to happen? It may take some time, because they have a lot of these changes they have to do. Remember, transformation. Their belief system is completely different, right? Their mindset is quite different. Once an individual has overcome that, right? Life changes. People change, right? And so hopefully, I hope in this connection, things will change, but it also depends on you now to be assertive. When this person comes back into your life, it's always recommended to be a little different, a better version of yourself, not what you were just before, because they want to come back to an individual, and so do you, who is a better version. They're not the same. The whole reason why things didn't work out is because there's obviously something that it wasn't tweaked. There was a nut or bolt that's still kind of loose there, right? So you want things to be just tight, perfect. Everything is right in place the way it's supposed to be. But you can only do that after you have spoken your truth and they have spoken their truth. Right now, I saw that this person's not speaking a lot, but as time goes by, it'll happen. They are going to want that. The way it is right now, guys, you have the boundaries card and you have the illusion card. So unfortunately, I'm going to recommend keep that up. Keep those boundaries up right now. Because whatever is going on, it will help this individual miss you more. You already had the love card. They will miss you to the point where they are going to come back into your life. But they can only do that if they get the opportunity to miss you, and that usually happens by keeping that distance. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It seems like it's working. All right, guys, that is your reading. Please forgive the way my voice sounds today. Do send me good wishes. I'm pretty sick of being sick now. I know many of you do, but just pray for me that this is finally all over. I'm getting pretty tired of my voice. Haven't been able to do much on my other platform. But for those of you who are new, my other platform, which is on YouTube, it's a channel called Asnointia Audio. Please do have a look for those of you that are interested in knowing more about spiritual connections. So this is twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, past life and spiritual connections. I have videos regarding that, and these videos are absolutely free. Also, we have videos that I've created that are based on many of the scenarios that many of my clients, it's almost repetitive in a way, have gone through certain scenarios and things like that. So that's all based on relationships. Relationship-related advice you can also get there. And there's one that I had, the most recent, that is all about negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove those things. And please have a look on my website for those of you that wish to get rid of negative energies. I do have some packages there, which is www.asnointia.com. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.